another week, people. The 28th of March, 2022. Let's get busy. Lovely, lovely. Dusting off the book now. Those who already had the book had to dust it up and just make sure that what? Anyway, hello everybody. Hope we are good. Let me lower the music a little bit. Yeah. To bring you people up to speed. Conversation with Victor. We kind of came up with some brilliant ideas. Because what I noticed is easier to follow the videos on via the YouTube. Because once you put in one video, you have a run of all of them in sequence. And I think it's a work in progress, bear with me, I'm not a professional. This is my forte. This is just something I'm learning along the way, picking my footsteps up, and I like to get feedback. Feedback is good. And so far so good. There's momentum about the book Uganda Tells. It's just poems, guys. It's not like some literature there out to, you know what I mean? I tell you politics. I tell you, no. Let's get straight up. It's poems, first of all. You read them and then you make up your own opinion. So we're gonna pick a random poem today as well. Same old. I've just done my run. What else do you want me to do? Let's enjoy this. A week today. Week of 28th ends with a new month. And we see what's coming up. Suddenly, I've seen a poem here. I've seen a poem here which I think we can give a go. What do you think? There's one here titled Rich to Fight the Corruption. Remember the one we did last week? Corruption. Can we give this one a go? Can we give it a go? Let me see. So that I need to get my thought process through, It's a long one. Alright, we go. I'm ready for that. So if you get yourselves to page 125, people. Page 125, are we there? Grab your book. It's okay, buy some music one, no? Only you can make me happy. Happy. Somebody. Make me happy. Happy. Conversation continues. See, you have to get your mood right, Alright. Gonna be reading page 125, people.
Happy Sundays.
Page 125. Are you with here? A bit too loud, Let's get this lowered a little bit. And we get going. Children descended from the movement cadres and the rich.
Good afternoon, sir.
All right, buddy.
Okay.
Nice to see you, mate. Oh, cheers, mate. Yeah, all right. Sorry, guys. I told you. It's just about that. So, children descended from movement cadres and the rich will be hired to fight corruption. Because children of the poor are greedy and under a lot of pressure, says the village chief. That is a son of a simple nomad, raised by a benevolent family, now forgetting his humble origins. What do we have here? The children of the rich are the ones to fight corruption. The children of the poor are greedy. Come on. By the way, the other time we tried to define what corruption was, but now it's being contextualized. I use that word a lot because you have to bring something and put it where it is, in context. So does that mean your background now being from a rich or a privileged and so quote unquote children of the movement, is that the ruling party? You know what I mean? Side by side. So you have this privilege of being part of the ruling party, part of the rich, and being a child of, so that could be the next generation being spearheaded forward to pretty much be in charge. Let's continue. From looting state coffers, the rich have accumulated their wealth, but he believes their children do not know the source of their wealth. So this is Mr. President. I'm guessing that if he's talking like this, is he aware that those, you know, we have two entities here. We have what we call the elite, the ruling class. Then we have what we call the patronage class. Then we have, I would say, the privileged ones. Now, those who can be part of the system through political influence and maneuvering. You know, so if I'm doing something and I know somebody to take me through something, say example, I want to get a loan to do a business, or I need a contract, you know, so political maneuvering around. It would look legitimate, because if I'm running a business and I become successful, is it because of the state giving me that patronage? So my children, will they know the source of my wealth? So if they say tomorrow my father is rich, that entitles me. So Mr. President, the facts you have could be construed. Will their parents' wealth be confirmed? Will the children submit their parents' bank statements at interview? The village is bleeding, and yet it's run by the wealthy that were once impoverished. This is what I mean, you know. You have to, what's your source of wealth? Enterprise, hard work, or corruption, which I would call, quote unquote, a windfall. You see, this is all the dynamics here that we have in this poem. The rich to fight corruption. Umeme, umeme, the chief laments, deceived me because the prices of electricity remain high despite surplus electricity production. Who manages umeme? Is it wealthy crooks whose children he would be happy to employ? Ministry of Finance is a den of thieves, he mourns, managed by wealthy crooks whose children he would like to employ. That's the scenario now. I think now the president has an insight into the ugly things that are happening in Umeme. Umeme would be a parastatal or a government agency running the distribution of electricity and all that. So let's do the last line of the stanza. Then we begin the conversation. We remember their haughty, haunted, skinny looks in 1986 when they arrived. But they now champion wealth over talent. Listening to the chief speak, you will understand the state of this village. Yeah, that's it. Let me drink some water. Yes, buddy, you're right. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Quite thirsty today. 1986, what is happening? It's a new change of regime, new government, and it was called the fundamental change. So fast forward, listening to the chief speak, you will understand the state of this village. Why is Victor using the reference to village in terms of Uganda? Like they say, you can take someone out of the village, but you cannot take the village out of that person. Old habits die hard. Let's drink some water. Yeah. You see, there's a lot we're not seeing in this poem. That is obvious. Umeme. What does the president know about Umeme? And why is it taking this so much a long time for him to find out? Are they hiding from him things? Is he oblivious about what's going on? Who's in charge? The conversation continues. Is corruption a manifestation of a failed state? What's going on, guys? Tell me. So if I go back, are the children ready to take on the next step in leadership? You see, you're talking about the old guard and the new guard. So if the children, assuming they do not know the source of the wealth of their parents, are they being told the truth? Honestly, do you think they don't know? Come on. You know, let's not hide behind this facade that because you know, always is the technicality is always the change of guard. What I mean that who knows better and who knows, you know, who's none but the wiser here. So let's go back to the poem. Umeme, the chief laments, deceived me because the prices of electricity remain high despite surplus electricity production. Who manages Umeme? You see, that's the question here. On page 125, it is wealthy crooks whose children he would employ. Ministry of Finance is a den of thieves. He mourns. How does he know? Let's get real now, you know. We're digging deep into this one. We are digging deep as the conversation continues. Do you see what we are seeing here? It's now time to get hold of the crooks who's lying to the president. The conversation continues, people. So, you know, this is all about food for thought. If you lie to the president, Are you committing a crime? The conversation continues. You see, now you have this conflict of the children, knowing how wealthy their parents are, but the source of their wealth is a charade that they think their parents have acquired. Yet, he takes us back that in 86, page 125, guys, let's go back. As I summarize this poem, and we remember how haunted Skinny looks, 1996, but now champion wealth over talent. Wealth over talent, meaning that as he begins the poem, Victor states clearly in the first line, children descended from movement cadres and the rich will be hired to fight corruption. The conversation continues. You see what I'm saying? Children descended from movement, the ruling party. The conversation continues, and food for thought. Read the poem again, 125 people. I love you, and that's it. We call it that. I'm going to do another poem.